I'm in Kokomo, Indiana. You know something? I've said this before. Nature will always help you be inspired. The more time I spend in nature, the more I perceive the nature around me. So you see there's these trees behind me, there's these like flowers and stuff. I think for a lot of my life, when I would move about in a city or wherever, I wouldn't really see the trees or see the grass or see the plants. Kind of didn't exist. But now that I've been more committed to spending time in nature, the nature occurs to me way more. Oh, there's Brett. Hi, Brett! So the more time I spend in nature, it's a video. It's going on YouTube. I'll be back. This is a great intro to the video. That's Brett. He gets it. About to play a show. He's laying in the grass. So the more time I spend with nature, the more it's perceived to me. Actually, that brings me to a great point of a lesson that awareness comes from like opening yourself to trying to be aware to things. And that's true with anything. It's like, you know how when you buy a car, all of a sudden you see that car everywhere, right? Like I drive a Prius because I'm cool, and I see Priuses all the time, unlike I did before I bought the Prius, right? Or you hear a new vocab word, somebody says a word you've never heard before, and all of a sudden you hear that word like 5 times. What happens, I can't really explain the science to it, but the psychological effect of like, you've now become aware of this thing, like your brain has decided, ooh, seeing a Prius is important to me, therefore see a Prius everywhere. My brain has decided nature is good, so now I notice the nature around me. Like, look at this one. Very cool, interesting shade of green that I probably would have just blown on by had I not been spending all this time in nature. And so, if you want to like understand music more, make sure you spend time like actively listening to music. Make sure you spend some time studying music and perceiving music in a way where you're really open to letting it happen to you and at you rather than just like around you, you know? If you want to understand business more, like study business, watch content on business, study what's going on with businesses. You know, you could walk around and like right now I can look at these different businesses around me and see, I wonder what they're trying to say. This Julius Files podcast, what's he trying to say with that font, that color? Is it working? Does it evoke anything in me? Kingdom card game entrance, you know? See the knight and the castle, it kind of tells me, it's like, oh, am I a type of person who's drawn to that? Point being, when you decide something is important to you, you will become more aware of it. I've decided nature is important to me and I'm more aware of it. And I want to share the message that nature will breed inspiration in you if you let it. If you're open to it, if you go immerse yourself in it, go actually get out of your car and walk around in nature. And yeah, like if you want to get good at jazz piano, like go listen to a bunch of jazz piano. I had a student recently who wanted to get better at solo piano. And I said, what are your favorite solo piano records? And he was like, I don't really know. And it's like, well, like, do you want to master that skill? Go like check out the people who have mastered that skill, see what you can learn from them. I remember once I had a buddy who was like, I want to be a better band leader. And I said, what live albums are your favorite albums? He's like, I've never really listened to a live album and checked out what the band leader's doing. It's like, well, if you want to learn how to say the right stuff on stage, check out people who say stuff on stage that you are moved by. Check out people who have an energy on stage that you are gravitated towards. And then you'll be more ready to receive it. Yeah, we're playing in Kokomo in about 50 minutes. Look at this healthy Kokomo. Cute. This town is a little dilapidated, but also kind of cute. This is kind of off the rails a little bit, but there's a very interesting thing where there's a lot of graffiti around here that's like low effort, angry graffiti. It's a lot of like, not like spray paint art or anything. It's just like Sharpie written on stuff. It's a lot of like, you know, F Trump or like derogatory things about people or about themselves, lots of like OnlyFans, lots of weird stuff. And it's like very interesting how there's like an anger that bubbles up in that. I was hoping I would have something more brilliant to say about that, except that, like, you know, there's like clear dilapidation around here. There's clear ways in which things aren't working, and that gets expressed in the space. And like the people who are affected by it are just writing on the walls of stuff because they can. Obviously, there's been efforts to get some nature up in here, but I don't know if it's enough. Anyways, where attention goes, energy flows, I think is what Mr. Tony Robbins says. You can pay him $1 billion to hear that at a seminar. I'm done on this one. I'm going to upload it though. No fear. Bye.